Okay, so now let's see how we can position our grid items inside of a CSS grid by using the grid lines. So to do so, what I'll do, I'll go to here inside of the MDN and we have some of the properties. So we have the grid column and the grid row properties, okay? And these are some shorthand properties. So if I just go ahead and here inside of the constituent properties, we have the grid column start and grid column end, okay? And the same thing for the row as well. We have the grid row start and grid row end, okay? And I have opened all of those as well, and we will see these 4 CSS properties and how we can use them to position our grid items inside of the CSS grid. All right, so to do so, what I'll do, I have already opened this layout tab here, okay, and I have checked the grid overlays, okay, so that is why we are seeing these numbers. That is good. Now what I'll do, I'll just uncomment these things, and what I'll do, I'll just comment out the other things. So we have only 2 elements here. So if we have only 2 elements, then what will happen? This will happen, right? So we have the first element and we have the second element. Now, for example, what we want is that I want to move this first element to this particular position. So what exactly is this position? So what I'll do, I'll just open up this. Okay, all right. So what exactly is this position? This position is from the grid line 3 to grid line 4. So how I can do that? And this is, by the way, inside of the grid columns, right? I am not changing the row. I am just changing the column. So how we can do that? So we have this 1 and the 2 classes here. Okay, these are the unique classes for each of the elements which we have. All right, so I'll go here inside of the 1 class and do the grid column start and where I want to start. Okay, let us see that. So this is the line and this is the line number 3. So I want to start from the grid line 3. And where I want to end at grid line 4. Okay, so I can do something like grid column end, and I want to end at 4. Hit save. Now if I go here, as you can see, so this is what happens. Okay, so our first element is now here, but as you can see, the second element is also changing its position. Why is that? Because we are not specifying any sort of grid column start and grid column end for our second one. So what I can do, I can just copy this two and paste it down here, and I don't want to change the positions, right? So it was previously from the grid line 2 to grid line 3. And one thing to keep in mind, our grid lines start with the number 1. It is not starting with 0. Okay, it is starting with 1. Okay, all right. So what I can do something like grid column start to 2 and grid column end to 3. So if I save that and go to the browser, as you can see, it is starting from the grid line of 2 and ending at the grid line of 3, but the row is now changed. So how we can fix that? So here we have to specify the grid row start and grid row end. So how we can do that? So what exactly is the row number? It is starting from 1 and it is ending at 2, right? So I want to position this element to this particular position. So how I can do that? I can do that by grid row start of 1 and grid row end at 2. If I do that, now as you can see, our element is now here. So now by using the grid column start and the grid column end and grid row start and the grid row end, we can position our element inside of the grid however we want. Okay, so in that way we can position them. For example, now I want that my first element, so this element should span across these 2 columns. So how I can do that? So we are having the grid column start at 3 and grid column end at 4, right? So that is why it is here. So here I want to end at the grid line 5. So how I can do that? I can do that by simply changing it to 5. If I just save that, now as you can see, our element is spanning across. Okay, our element is spanning across 2 columns. And for example, what I want to extend this second element, this one, the red element, so that it can take the 2 rows. So how I can do that? I have already specified the grid row start to 1. I can do something like grid row end 3. Okay, if I do that, so as you can see, this element is now spanning across 2 rows. Okay, and you might be thinking, okay, this is quite nice and we can position everything however we want. So as you can see, by using the grid column start, grid column end, grid row start and grid row end CSS properties, we can position our elements inside of the CSS grid as we like. Okay, and also we have the CSS shorthand property as well. Okay, here, which is the grid column, and there is another property which is the grid row. But I like to be more specific for these ones. Basically for the grid column start, end, and row start and row end, I want to be more specific, because if we are using the shorthand property here, it might be a little bit confusing to begin with. Okay, all right, so that is how we can position the elements. So for example, what I can do here also, so this is the 80%, so let's do something like 800 pixels. Okay, so this will be something like that. And now what I can do something like, for the rows as well, I want 4 rows. Okay, all right, as you can see, there we go. So we are having 4 rows, and for the gap I can just get rid of the gap. So as you can see, there we go. So we are having the 4 rows. So now let's do some exercises. For example, I want to move this first element to this particular box here. So how I can do that? So what exactly the column line? It is the column line 3. And what exactly the ending line? It is the column line 4. So let's do that. So for this one, so the column line should start at 3 and end at 4. Okay, all right, and now what should be the row line? The row line should be starting at 4 and ending at 5. Okay, so grid row start of 4 and grid row end at 5. If I do that, all right, now our element is positioned here. For example, for the second element, this one, I want to position that element to this particular box here. So how I can do that? I can do that by using the grid lines once again. So what the starting column should be? The starting column line should be 4 and it should end at 5. So let's do that. For the 2, the starting column should be 4 and it should end at 5. Okay, hit save. All right, and now what should be the starting row? That should be 3 and the row should end at 4. Okay, so we can do something like, it should start at 3 and it should end at 4. All right, so as you can see, there we go. We are having this particular element here. Okay, and in that way we can position our elements however we want by using the grid column start, grid column end, grid row start, and grid row end. And also this developer tools is quite helpful. Okay, so whenever I usually work with CSS Grid, I just turn on the grid lines, and most of the time you will work with the grid which have a bunch of more columns and rows rather than having 4 columns and 4 rows. Okay, so for example, the Bootstrap grid has a 12 column layout which is quite extensible, and that is quite easier to use as well. Okay, all right, so this is how we can position the elements as well. So here also inside of the MDN as well, you can read about all of these CSS properties to get a better understanding. Okay, and there are a bunch of examples of that as well. And also one last thing which we can do is that, as you can see, there are some negative numbers as well, and by using the negative numbers as well, we can position our elements, which we will see in the upcoming videos. All right, so this is how we can position our elements inside of CSS Grid.